Wow. Woo. I just, I was on TikTok. I was on TikTok and they just like suspended me. I haven't even been on TikTok that long. Like that was my first TikTok. TikTok, TikTok. Shit, wow. This shit's crazy. I don't know. I was on and TikTok, and yeah, like they said I was giving out misinformation. Misinformation. That's crazy. I don't know. This too. So I had to like share it on my X account or whatever. But yeah, I was just on TikTok and TikTok suspended me. They said I was giving out misinformation, but I wasn't giving out misinformation. I wasn't giving out misinformation at all. They just the problem is the truth. That's the problem. You know, this is the first time I think America has came together in a very long time. Like all of America, majority of America. I'll say that has some common sense, and the Democratic Party can't take it. You know, they've always been the passive aggressive ones, right? The passive aggressive ones when it came to this politic thing, right? And they were able to manipulate Black America, you know, a majority, and it's actually the liberals. The liberals, the ones who act like they care and they're for Black people and our power and all that. Whole time, liberal is the supremacy of all supremacists. That's got us all messed up. Even when it comes to the feminist women that are the Black version of the liberal women that need to all y'all need to all go on your own little planet somewhere because you're fucking up America. Okay, you're fucking up America. The ones who act like they don't need a man and stuff. And my thing is, I get it. You may not need a man. I know I don't need a man, like sexually, but when it comes to like putting up a table, fixing a toilet, you know, manly things, pumping gas and stuff. Yeah, we do need men. We need men. Okay, so to sit here and try to do that dumb movement that has fucked up the whole Democratic Party, grandma's confused as hell right now because they know it's fucked up, but they've been voting blue for so long that they just all messed up. Well, grandma and auntie and mom, my mom's 75, I had to let my mom know, like, this is our future. Like, you know, and I refuse to continue to live my life being okay with the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party ain't for us. Why would like the Democratic Party for it? No, it's not for us. So I gotta dismantle. Like we have to dismantle the Democratic. Like Democratic Party has to sit out for at least 60 years to think about what they've done to Black people. They have really harmed Black people. Like, there's no reason why we have yet to get our reparations when y'all have abused us for so long. You abused us when it came to Jim Crow. You know, you abused us when it came to the crack epidemic. You abused us when it came to mass incarceration and taking weed out of our communities and turning back around and giving it back to us without seeds. And now we got cancer out here. You know, you have abused us when it came to the food. the Democratic Party has never protected Black America, and we had to depend on, that's the government. We got to depend on the government. We have no embassy, so to sit here and to continue to allow yourself to be disrespected by the Democratic Party is crazy. You're crazy, and I get it. You know, the Republican Party, when it comes to some of them rallies, yeah, it gets a little trash from both sides, white and black. Those are some people you wouldn't get caught there hanging out with afterwards. However, everybody's all on one accord, and that is to make America great again. Okay, and that was the best tagline that they could think about. There's nothing racist about that tagline. Okay, make America great again. America is is crap right now. Y'all see it. Everybody sees it. We're dealing with a bunch of literally a bunch of immigrants from a different country coming over here to take the political everything when it comes to the Democratic Party. There was too many immigrants from different countries in the political field in America. And that's one of the problems too when it comes to the Democratic Party. We got the cartel. We got the cartel running this. You got sex trafficking. You've got human trafficking. We got no teachers. CTU out here still asking for more money. I mean, our kids can't read. I don't know how much more money y'all need. People are getting upset about what's his name, Trump, right? When Trump was talking about the other day about the whole situation. First of all, the guy set up with that question saying, what about the woke liberal that wants to talk about they built this country off of the backs. Now he said that because he's a racist, right? And that black guy that was on the chair should have checked him, but he didn't. See, that's the problem. He didn't understand his black privilege because he should have checked old boy that said that question. But however, Donnie was saying, P. Ray got me saying Donnie, but Donald was basically saying that we're not going to focus on, we have to focus on the stuff that's important. Reading, writing, arithmetic. These kids cannot read out here. These kids cannot, they not going to make it. So to sit here and think about, we can learn black history, slavery right now when we are at a temperature in America that's not right. We're never going to be able to erase black history. We definitely know what black history is. But my thing is, you guys don't want to talk about slavery. Cool, I get it. You guys don't want to talk about politics either, right? And that's what's messing us up. Black America, we are so politically lazy and so politically ignorant that we have gotten comfortable with letting the Democratic Party hoe us. We are the biggest hoes on earth to keep voting blue. They should have been had our reparations. All the money they make off of us on the Democratic Party, between bodies, we don't get no legislation. We ain't never gonna get no legislation. Somebody told me the other day that we technically got a black hate crime bill when we got the Civil Rights Act going. What? This is a black man who told me this. That's what I'm saying, be good, be happy with what you got. That's what they want us to be. We supposed to be happy with what you got. Everybody got everything but us. And we just allowed to, and we clearly deal with this. And that is a problem. That's a problem. We have to change the culture of voting. You can't get mad at your friend if your friend decides that they don't want to vote Democrat. We should be saying I'll take a bet. We should be betting these rich countries be betting and stuff. That's what we should be doing. Shit, I bet it's gonna flip red this time. How much you want to bet? We out here really not talking to each other, fighting The Democratic Party has made it into drama class. Our freedom is on the line. We're going back to slavery. Who going back to slavery? Who going back to slavery? What are you gonna do? Like Miss Jackson says. Oh man, somebody called me. I'm kind of yeah, yeah. Like who going back to slavery? Who? I'm not going back to slavery. Nobody's going back to slavery. We're already in labor slavery, right? And that they're not barely making anything, and they keep putting everything high. People have moved back in with their families, with their parents. Relationships ain't working out. Why? Because people are not financially secure with degrees now. These are people with degrees, college degrees, and you're barely making money. You're barely making a respectable salary. All that, gotta go to school, you gotta get your education, you gotta get your degree. Nah, it's about who you know out here. Honestly. That's who it is. Some of these people that are in these positions, I know for sure didn't go to college. So I'm just saying that we were told to go to college, we were told to do this, we were told to do that, and look at what's going on with us. Look what's going on with us. So there's no reason why we are fighting and arguing with each other about who we're going to vote for this election. If I feel like I align with the Republican Party right now, because clearly I've been documenting for a year how corrupt the city of Chicago is, and the city of Chicago has been Democrat for a long time. I've also been documenting that they've been stealing black people's property, paid off property, for a very long time, and you can't get any help. The Obama Center, you guys, Lord and Savior, Obama, yeah, his Obama Center is displacing black seniors and black families in Woodlawn, and I'm pretty sure he knows. But instead, he's shaming y'all for not going to go vote for Kamala. When we're going through a whole housing crisis out here. Okay? A whole housing crisis. Bidenomics is not working. I don't even know what that is. The New Americans Plan is working, though. If you guys haven't read the New Americans Plan, y'all really need to go read the New Americans Plan. It's only 55 pages. And it's basically exactly what Dr. Claude Anderson said was going to happen. Okay? Everywhere I turn, if it ain't somebody from South America, it's a nigga from South Asia. Okay? The Indians are here too. Okay? And they're taking up all of the Google jobs. Okay? And all of the technology jobs. Okay? They're sneaking in here. So to sit here to continue to vote for a group, the Blue Party, that only funds immigrants that are undocumented, okay, and then they go get their friends to come over here too. They fund them. They fund LGBTQ organizations, okay. They fund black influencers to tell us to vote blue every 4 years. Who else do they fucking fund? The Jews. They fund everything the Jews want to do. And here we are, just giving our vote. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't even get mad. You just have to really sit back. I mean, and just have this conversation with yourself, like, why am I voting blue? And it'll be like, oh, for my women reproductive rights. So if Trump gets in office tomorrow, is he saying he's gonna I need every woman to come to the White House or go to the nearest hospital and take all your rights. They're gonna take every reproductive organ out of you. Yeah, that's ours. No. You're gonna have, like, the fact that y'all let the government control your thoughts and mind is crazy. Like, it's a lot of people on in America. Like, we could take over. You know, we could do one boycott that I've been saying for a very long time. In episode 6 of my Dick Gregory Taught Me podcast, okay? I said this. I said that Black America alone could vote, could boycott. We could boycott our votes and recycle our dollar. They would have no choice but to come to the round table and find our reparations surplus that they have. They got a reparations surplus. We just have yet to demand it. Okay? Our ancestors already taught us how to do this. And it's going to be much easier than what they did back in the day, because they was walking miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. No, we can just really recycle our dollar and go to the places unless we absolutely have to. We can break a lot of these corporations, run a lot of these corporations out of business, you know, have no choice for them to sell to us instead of us getting it to $1 billion and then we end up giving it to them while they mess it up like they always do. Like, it's time, like, we have too many educated people that went to HBCUs, that went to PWIs. Like, we have that went to trade school. Like, we have enough educated people that we do not need to take this abuse from the US government. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So to get mad at me or any other Black American that decides that they're going to vote Republican this time because we had Trump in office, like I said. I said this is when they took me off of TikTok. This is when they banned it. And I said that Trump was a good president. I said that was the problem. See, Trump showed us how rigged the system was, right? Trump taught us that this was a game. Like Dick Gregory has always said, it's a game, right? Trump has showed us that at the end of the day, both of these parties ain't shit, okay? Right? But Trump also is not a politician. Trump is not a politician. So Trump also showed us that we can run this country without having any political science degrees, right? You just have some common sense, no math, get a few people in your cabinet and know what they doing, and say and do what you need to do when it comes to America, when it comes as a public servant. Okay? That's what Trump showed us, right? And when Trump was in office, life was decent. Life was actually probably very good for us, and that was the problem. See, they should just let Trump do his other 4 years instead of cheating, right? Instead of taking the election from him. They just wouldn't let him go ahead and do the other 4 years. But no, you know why? Because he would have went down as the best president in the United States of America, right? So they had to figure something out. But look what happened. It exposed how messed up the Democratic Party is. It exposed how messed up the Democratic Party was. From them trying to from the pandemic to the financial ruins of New York City, of Los Angeles, of Chicago, all those blue cities that lost all that money during COVID, while the red states, you know, the redneck racist states, you know, while they was making a lot of money. Let me tell you something. People always be like, oh, the Republican Party's racist, the Republican Party's racist. I come from a small town in New York called Albany, New York. Okay? I dealt with a lot of racism in my life as far as knowing what racism is. Knowing when I know a difference between a white man or a white woman that's not racist, and I know the difference between a white woman and a white man that's racist. Because You can't hide it. Just like when a person doesn't like you, no matter how much they try to fake it, you know that person doesn't like you. That's exactly how a racist works, right? So, but when one thing when it comes to a rich racist, it's about green. It's about money. And if we going and if they money gonna be messed up, they're willing to compromise, right? And that's what we have yet to do. If basketball, football, all the entertainers, they boycott, they would, sports would go down. It would dwindle. It would shut down. They over here trying to push Caitlin Clark. I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is not a bad basketball player because I played ball with plenty of white girls that could shoot the hell out of some threes. AAU, all that. I'm not saying that she's not bad. I mean, she's not a bad player. But you see how they just pushing her, right? Now, if every black person, every black NBA player was to walk off right now, every NFL player was to walk off right now, who, Caitlin Clark, who? I'm just saying. So we are the problem. We're too comfortable. We have been politically lazy and ignorant. We watch half stories. The media has been lying the whole time, okay, because the Democratic Party pays for the media. So a lot of people don't listen to the whole snippet when it comes to anything that Donald Trump does. They only do little snippets. Like yesterday when it came to him saying that he would stop funding the we said he would stop funding black history. I mean, he would stop funding history if it had to do with slavery, right? That was just a that was just something generic. That was just something generic to say because if the guy would, even if the guy would have said, well, you're going to stop teaching transgender, right? If he would have said something like that, it would have been everybody marching and stuff like that. But that's the issue. The issue is we don't, our children are not learning math, reading, writing, spelling, but they can have a sex change at 9 years old. That's what we're teaching our children. So we don't need to be thinking about anything right now, but them knowing how to read, write, comprehend, know what's going on out here. Our kids are losing their innocence and been losing their innocence. You know, so I just know that we, after this election, we really need to start thinking about vetting our own black candidate because there's no reason why we can't go independent, Black America. There is no reason why we can't go independent. We have everything to go independent. The nigga pack is bigger than any pack. That's real shit. So after, we got 14 days. The city of Chicago needs to flip red. The city of Chicago needs to flip red. It needs to flip red. And then in 2 years, we need to get Brandon out of office and we need to get these no good aldermen out of office. But as immediately after Trump gets in office, November 5th or November 6th, because it's too big to rig, we need to get back to our black corners and start vetting out some candidates, some black American candidates with some lineage to get that White House 2028. The Republican Party has 1 year to figure out where our reparations at. We are not going to do another 60 years of what we just dealt with over there in the Democratic Party. The Republican Party, so they better go tell Brian Donalds, who doesn't believe that we get our reparations, you better tell his Jamaican ass, step to the side. Tim Scott, you better figure out where our reparations at. because if y'all got 1 year, Republican Party, to find our reparations. So you better ask Trump, because we are voting for Trump. Okay, that's what we're voting for. We're voting for Trump. Y'all want to talk about Bill Clinton was the black president? No, Trump was the black president. Okay, so that's who we're voting for. We're voting for Trump. So Black America, my real niggas. Okay, we're voting for Trump. And if you can't vote for Trump, sit in the house. But we're not voting for Kamala. Okay? That's number one. Number two is, if you need to start, Black America's the real ones who care about their communities and want to see us getting back to normal. We need to start running for office. We need to start running for office too. Yeah, you don't need a political science degree to run for office. As you see, Trump did a very well job, and he done everybody going crazy. Okay, everybody's going crazy because he actually did a good job. So you don't need a political science degree. Okay, but I'm serious as far as soon as he gets in office, we need to start vetting out black candidates, because we have to get that White House. It's our turn. It's our turn to get that White House. Our generation is a generation that our grandkids and stuff will know that Black America finally was able to get an independent party into the White House. Okay? We the first to do everything. We're the first to do everything. That's why everybody is obsessed with us. Okay? That's why everybody's obsessed with us. We need to get that White House. It ain't nothing else to discuss. We need to get that White House. So, Chicago, Cook County, downstate, upstate, we flipping Illinois red. Chicago, we flipping Chicago red. Okay? Trump is getting in office. And then we're going to make sure we get these terrible, unreliable, useless coons out of office in Chicago. And I advise anybody else, if you have coons in office in your city and state, you need to get them out too. Okay? And we're voting red. Okay? We're voting red. We're voting red. This is our country. So please, let's do that. Let's get on one accord and do that. Please. Peace.